Please understand, of course it's up for debate because it's all my opinion. But Tyson Fury, 22-0 with 16 KOs, is one of the best heavyweights of this generation. When I say of this generation, I mean guys like Bermane Stiverne, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Joseph Parker, Andy Ruiz, who else? I know I'm missing some names. Brian Jennings, Carlos Takam, Alexander Povetkin, Mike Perez, and the list goes on. And the reason why I say that is 6'9", 200, and I'm gonna say right now, 40 or so pounds. He can move. He has punch variety. He's not a guy that just lumbers for just keeps coming towards you. He's got excitement to him, and more importantly, he can talk. He can sell his fight. Over here in the United States, that would be gold. I would love, if I obviously had the funds, of course, to promote a guy like Tyson Fury, because I know, let him say whatever he wants. Now, as far as the British Board of Boxing Control, or whatever they're called, they're not into all of that. They don't like the cursing at the press conferences and telling people, if you don't like it, then turn off your fucking channel, bitch. Something along those lines. That's not what they want. And it's a little too, I know it's a term for a different situation, but kind of prude. It's like, just come on, give up the yams, So anyway, long story short, moving forward, he's taking on Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora has had too many opportunities right now, in my opinion, to get off the domestic level. David Haye, Vitaly Klitschko, Robert Helenius, and Tyson Fury in the first fight. Guess what? He lost Solo's fight. The only fight that he should have basically won, and I did watch it again just recently, and I say, okay, all right, Robert Helenius should have lost that fight. Robert Helenius was a very up-and-coming, promising prospect, but he's been injured, and we don't know where he's at. So, looking at Tyson Fury, the winner of this, him and Derek Chisora, will go on to fight for the WBO title that Vladimir Klitschko holds. Vladimir Klitschko holds the WBO, the IBF, the WBO, the IBO, and basically all the little belts under that outside of the WBC. Bermane Stiverne earns the WBC. Bermane Stiverne is going to be taking on Deontay Wilder. The date is supposed to be January the 17th. The winner of that is supposed to be taking on Brian Jennings, but now Brian Jennings is next mixed up to fight Vladimir Klitschko. Vladimir Klitschko just defeated Kubrat Pulev. Alexander Povetkin is in line after, I guess, Bermane Stiverne been debated. Bermane Stiverne, Wilder, Brian Jennings, Klitschko. Somewhere along the line, we may see an Alexander Povetkin versus Klitschko too. The heavyweight division is not what it used to be. There's excitement in it now. It's not like you're seeing these guys that we know for sure the Klitschkos are going to beat. That I haven't even mentioned Anthony Joshua because not right now, maybe next year. We can add in David Price. We know Eddie Chambers is out there coming up. So I want to say to boxing fans, the heavyweight division is on its way back. And if it is back to the point where we're hearing that Vladimir Klitschko may come back over to the United States to fight in Madison Square Garden. He hasn't been here since, if I'm correct, 2008. So, and that may be to fight Brian Jennings. And I believe he's fighting Brian Jennings to eliminate Brian Jennings from being #1 contender for basically the winner of Stiverne versus Wilder. So Vladimir Klitschko wants his brother's belt back. He wants that WBC belt that was vacated by the mayor of the Ukraine, Vitaly Dr. Ramfis Klitschko. So the winner of, once again, Fury versus Chisora is going to be a mandatory, for that WBO slot. So what I'm saying is, in 2015, you're going to definitely see Deontay Wilder versus Bermane Stiverne. You're going to see Vladimir Klitschko versus Brian Jennings or Bermane Stiverne or Deontay Wilder. And then you got to throw in Vladimir Klitschko. And then I don't know who's the #1 contender for the WBF or the IBF. But what I'm saying is that business is picking up. As far as heavyweight fights in 2015 and 2016, the heavyweight division is back. And the only people that can say that are the people that are actually in the know as far as following the sport, as far as following what's going on with the storylines and the fact that Vladimir Klitschko has all these belts, and he always fights his mandatories, and now he's got a nice slew of mandatories out there for him. A lot of people didn't think he was going to get past Kubrat Pulev, but he did, and he fought an entertaining fight. It wasn't no holding or nothing like that. He fought a very educated, calm fight. To as in, now, if Klitschko makes it through, let's say, for example, right now he's 38. If he fights to 44 and he makes it through a Tyson Fury, a Deontay Wilder, Arnold Bermain Stavern, a Bryant Jennings, let's say throw in a David Price, a Povetkin too, maybe if a Marco Huck or, a Bellew or whatever decides to move up, and oh God, we're not even going to talk about that, or Yana Pablo Hernandez. Let's say if he makes it through all those guys and then he fights Anthony Joshua, you know how big that would be? So like I said, there's so many different scenarios, but this is a time when you need to start following boxing. It's going to be on ESPN3, Tyson Fury versus Derek Chisora 2. It's a crazy good card, and it's on ESPN3 for a reason. So on ESPN3 is, if you're in the UK, it's like your Sky Sports. It's like Sky Sports over there, ESPN. But over here, we don't have Box Nation, to whereas in the fight is going to be aired over there. So it's going to be Tyson Fury versus Derek Chisora 2, Frankie Gavin versus somebody, and the biggest fight on the card, and the most meaningful fight on the card, in my opinion, Billy Joe Saunders versus Chris Eubank Jr. So getting back to ESPN3, you can watch it on your phone. There's an app. But you have to have a subscription package with ESPN, which normally comes with your cable package. So ESPN3 on your phone, you can watch it on your Xbox, your PlayStation 3, your Xbox One, your PlayStation 4, and, basically, it's an app. So, long story short, if you're a real boxing fan, September the 29th, November the 29th, 2014, 5:59 a.m. right now, Eastern Standard Time. It's actually the 26th, but on November the 29th, 2014, you're going to have Tyson Fury versus Derek Chisora. It's a very big heavyweight fight on the East Coast. It's going to come on the main event at about 5 p.m. or so. West Coast, what's that, about 2 p.m., 1 p.m., something like that. So, I'm T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live, and I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe. All my reviews, previews, predictions, interviews from not only me, but other videographers and other reporters right down below on realcombatmedia.com. T-Street Controversy, T-Street Controversy Live.